Imagine this. You are chosen to share the night with the most powerful man alive. It should be a moment of passion and luxury. But instead, it begins with silence, inspections, and the watchful eyes of guards. No privacy, no freedom, no mistakes. This was life inside the Imperial Harem, hidden deep in the Forbidden City. To the outside world, it shimmered with beauty and desire. But behind the silks and golden walls lay a system built on fear, politics, and control. Tonight, we uncover the hidden bedroom secrets of the Imperial Harem. The Emperor was the son of heaven, a man whose word could shape the fate of millions. Yet even he was not free inside his own bedroom. Hidden behind the palace walls, this space was not a sanctuary of comfort. It was the most tightly controlled chamber in the entire empire. Guards stood watch outside, eunuchs managed the flow of every visitor, and court officials recorded even the smallest details. The emperor's bed, draped in silks and guarded by ritual, became less a place of rest and more a stage for power. Every action, every gesture was bound by tradition and law. To the world, the emperor was all-powerful, but in truth, even his most personal moments were dictated by rules passed down through centuries. His bedroom was a symbol of the paradox of kingship, a man who ruled absolutely, yet whose private life was never his own. From this controlled space began the strange ritual that decided which woman would share his night. Each evening, when the emperor had completed his state duties, a silent ceremony unfolded. A eunuch approached with a lacquered tray, carefully balanced in his hands. On it lay several jade plaques, each engraved with the name of a woman from the harem. To the untrained eye, this moment looked like freedom, the emperor selecting whichever consort pleased him. But the truth was far more political. The arrangement of the plaques was no accident. Powerful eunuchs, court advisors, and even empresses influenced which names appeared on top, guiding the emperor's hand without him ever realizing. With what seemed like casual interest, the emperor flipped over a plaque. That simple gesture sealed the fate of one woman for the night. It was not just a matter of companionship. It was a decision tied to alliances, family honor, and the balance of power within the palace. For the women waiting in their chambers, the choice was everything. To be selected could mean status, favor, and influence. To be overlooked could mean fading into obscurity. In a world where affection equaled survival, each night's ritual was more than romance. It was politics played on the stage of the emperor's bed. Once the emperor's hand selected a jade plaque, the chosen woman's night began, not with joy, but with ritual. Immediately, attendants rushed to her quarters to deliver the news. She had no time to hesitate. The process of preparation was strict, sacred, and inescapable. First came the bath. She was immersed in water infused with rare herbs and fragrant oils. This was not simply for cleanliness. It was believed to wash away bad fortune, purify her body, and prepare her spirit. To serve the Son of Heaven, every drop of water carried symbolism, every fragrance chosen for luck and fertility. Next, she was dressed in a single embroidered robe or silk covering, often bearing motifs of harmony, prosperity, or children. Jewelry, ornaments, and even hairpins were forbidden. Nothing was allowed that could conceal a weapon or poison. Her beauty was softened, controlled, and inspected. Before she left her quarters, a senior eunuch conducted the final inspection. He checked her robe, her sleeves, her hair. Only then was she declared ready. This was not romance. This was duty. Her body became part of a sacred ritual designed not for her pleasure, but for the emperor's safety, for the dynasty's future, and for the empire's order. Once prepared, the concubine was not allowed to walk to the emperor's quarters. Instead, she was lifted onto a silk-covered stretcher and carried through the palace corridors by trusted eunuchs. At first glance, it might seem like elegance or luxury, but the real reason was control. By keeping her feet off the ground, officials ensured she could not hide weapons or smuggle anything dangerous in her shoes. It also restricted her movements. She could not run, she could not wander, she could not act unpredictably. The journey itself was silent. The only sounds were the shuffle of eunuchs' feet on the polished floors and the faint echo of lanterns swinging in the night. The forbidden city, grand by day, became a maze of shadows by night. For the chosen woman, each step toward the emperor's chamber carried both fear and anticipation. Finally, at the chamber door, she was lowered gently and inspected one last time. No detail was overlooked. Only then was she allowed to cross the threshold into the emperor's private world. The emperor's chamber was not a place of whispered affection or tender romance. It was a room where even the most private moments were governed by law. From the instant she entered, the chosen concubine was bound by silence. She could not speak unless the emperor addressed her first. This rule was not just about respect, it was about hierarchy. It reminded her and everyone else that she existed to serve the will of the emperor, not her own desires. Their time together was strictly limited. Court records suggest that a typical session lasted about 1 hour, measured carefully by eunuchs stationed just outside the chamber. As the time neared its end, one would softly call out to ensure the emperor's safety. If no response came, they were permitted to enter, even in the middle of the night's most private moments. When the hour was complete, the concubine was wrapped once more in silk and carried back to her quarters. She was not allowed to linger, not allowed to speak. Every visit was documented: the date, the woman's name, the time spent. If a child was later born, these records proved the emperor's bloodline beyond question. In the Forbidden City, even love was catalogued, timed, and controlled. Life in the harem was never free. Every movement of a concubine was observed, every detail of her health recorded. Even something as natural as menstruation was strictly monitored. During her cycle, a woman was forbidden from being chosen. Chinese tradition, this was believed to disturb the emperor's energy and bring bad luck. To signal their unavailability, women used quiet methods: a red ribbon tied around the wrist, a lantern glowing outside their door, or a discreet note left with an attendant. But ambition could twist even this system. Some women, desperate to rise in favor, hid their condition, hoping to gain the emperor's attention despite the risk. If discovered, punishment was swift and humiliating. To prevent such deception, eunuchs were ordered to track cycles carefully, adding yet another layer of control. Yet the greatest danger came not from the rules themselves, but from rivalry. A woman who received too much affection became a threat. Factions formed around favorites, and jealous whispers turned into deadly plots. In the glittering world of silks and jewels, jealousy and fear walked hand in hand. For some, this struggle ended in tragedy. For others, it led to power beyond imagination. Behind the silent curtains of the harem, rituals shaped history. Love, cruelty, and betrayal lived side by side. One emperor, obsessed with immortality, forced concubines to drink toxic alchemical potions. Many fell sick or died. Some plotted to kill him, but their rebellion failed and they were executed under the harshest law. Not all tales ended in cruelty, some in tragic love. Yang Guifei, the famed beauty of the Tang dynasty, captured Emperor Xuanzong's heart. Her influence bred resentment, and during rebellion, she was blamed. To save his throne, the emperor sacrificed her, her death forever remembered in poetry and legend. The Imperial Harem was not a place of love, but of politics, discipline, and survival. Every ritual, from jade plaques to silk stretchers, was designed to protect imperial power, not passion. Beauty alone was never enough. Concubines lived under constant surveillance, bound by rules that could elevate or destroy them. Some sought love, others influence, many only survival. Legends like Yang Guifei reveal how desire and politics intertwined, while countless nameless women lived and died, unseen. In the harem, no intimacy was free. Every embrace carried the weight of empire. Behind curtains of silk, power ruled above all.